Okay, so welcome back. By this point, you should have completed the task in the Word document for Act 3, Scene 1. Okay, make sure your Macbeth copies are now open to page 64. You've got your highlighter and your pen. Pause the video here if you need a bit of time to do that. Okay, so we're now going to continue reading Act 3. We're going to read Scene 2. I know the last recording was really long. I'm so sorry. But I took a lot of time out of my day to make sure that worked for you. So it's because it's so important that you are up to speed, because by the time you come back, we're going to have finished Act 3. So you have to stay up to date. Okay, let me give you a summary before we start. So this short scene allows us as the audience once more into the private thoughts of Lady Macbeth and Macbeth. And it also holds the action in suspense. So as the hired killers make their way towards Banquo, Macbeth and his wife meet secretly. Lady Macbeth attempts to soothe his troubled mind, but ironically feels the same doubts herself, even though she was sure that she wouldn't feel those doubts. Killing the king has provided them with many more difficulties than they ever thought, and to the astonishment of his wife, Macbeth reveals his plan to murder the king. And in this scene, we see a shift in their relationship and the power dynamic. So let's watch that unfold. Scene 2, the palace. Enter Lady Macbeth and a servant. Lady Macbeth, is Banquo gone from court? Ay, madam, but returns again tonight. Say to the king I would attend his leisure for a few words. Madam, I will. The servant exits. So let's do some annotation here. Is Banquo gone from court? Like I just mentioned in that summary, the fact that Banquo is gone builds tension and suspense as we wait for his return and the murder. Again, pause at any moment if you need time to catch up, because I know we all write at different speeds. Okay, highlight, say to the king I would attend his leisure for a few words. Lady Macbeth says, go tell the king I want to talk to him for a few minutes. And this is our first insight into the power shift here. It's a power shift as Macbeth has planned the murder without her. We touched on this at the end of last scene. And she asks to speak to him. Okay, let's continue. Macbeth said, naught's had, all's spent, where our desire is got without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. And here she says, if you get what you want and you're still not happy, you've spent everything and gained nothing. And it's better to be the person who gets murdered than be the killer and be tormented with anxiety. So let's highlight this. So it's clear here that Lady Macbeth has developed some doubts whether the murder was worth the anxiety that she experiences now. Okay, so pause here if you need a second, because we're about to move on. Okay, so enter Macbeth. Lady Macbeth continues, how now, my lord, why do you keep alone? Or sorriest fancies your companions making, using those thoughts which should indeed have died, with them they think on. Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done. So here she says, "What's going on, my lord? Why are you keeping to yourself with only your sad thoughts to keep you company?" So highlight my lord. There's a contrast here into the way she greets Macbeth in comparison to Act 2, Scene 2. That indicates again the power shift. And she continues by saying, "Those thoughts should have died when you killed the men you're thinking about. If you can't fix it, you shouldn't give it a second thought. What's done is done." She says, "Using those thoughts which should have indeed have died with them, they think on, which is why you continuing to think about them." But this is ironic because we know why, because Macbeth has planned to kill Banquo already and she's unaware. It's ironic as Macbeth has plans already. Okay, now let's analyse Macbeth. We have scotched the snake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself whilst our poor Malice remains in danger of her former tooth. He says, "We have slashed the snake but not killed it. It will heal and be as good as new, and we will be threatened by its fangs once again." Former tooth, fangs. So this is a metaphor for the problem that he's facing with Banquo. Metaphor, we'll say, for the prophecies about Banquo. The job is not yet done. We've slashed the snake, but it's not yet killed. We haven't fully solidified our reign. But let the frame of things disjoint both the worlds suffer. Ere we will eat our meal in fear and sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams that shake us nightly. But the universe can fall apart and heaven and earth crumble before I'll eat my meals in fear and spend my nights tossing and turning with these nightmares I've been having. Okay, the guilt is forcing him to take further action. Remember, terrible dreams, lack of sleep is symbolic of guilt. Actually, we'll highlight and sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams. Guilt spurs him to act. First it was ambition, now first it was the prophecies which caused his ambition, which caused the murder of Duncan. Now it is the guilt which causes this ambition. He says, "Better be with the dead whom we to gain our peace have sent to peace, than on the torture of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy." He said, "I'd rather be dead than endure this endless mental torture and narrowing sleep deprivation." I'm just going to rub a little bit out here. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever he sleeps well. Says Duncan is without life's troubles. Treason has done his worst, nor steel, nor poison, malice domestic, foreign levy, nothing can touch him further. Says nothing can hurt Duncan now that he is dead. The indication here is that Macbeth's almost jealous of Duncan because he's found peace in death. Duncan has found peace in death. And then the question is Macbeth jealous? To an extent. We pause here because we're about to move on. Okay, Lady says, "Come on, gentle my lord, relax, Macbeth. Sleek over your rugged looks, be bright and jovial among your guests tonight. So put a happy face on and look cheerful and agreeable for your guests." Again, the idea of appearance versus reality. This echoes Lady Macbeth's earlier words. Echoes Lady Macbeth's earlier words before Duncan's arrival. And as a result, it foreshadows murder of Banquo. Macbeth continues, so shall I love and so I pray to you. He's saying, that's exactly what I'll do, and I hope you'll do the same. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present him eminence both with eye and tongue. And safe the while that we must lave our honours in these flattering streams, and make our faces visitors to our hearts, disguising what they are. Give Banquo your special attention. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Again, mirrors the treatment of Duncan before they brutally murdered him. And it says, talk to him and look at him in a way that will make him feel important. He says that make our visits to our hearts, disguising what they are. So if we flatter him, it will hide our true feelings. Flattering streams. Flattering streams make our visits, disguising what they are. Okay, I would just link this again to appearance versus reality. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. Lady Macbeth says, you have to stop talking like this. You must leave this. Macbeth says, oh, full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Highlight that, please. That thou knowest that Banquo and his fiancée lives. You know that Banquo and his son Phil lives. And Lady Macbeth says, but in them nature's copy, not in turn. They can't live forever. Okay, and that's significant because we know that because Macbeth is planning on murdering them. So your task is to look at the quote, full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife, in more detail. Whoops. But let's do some annotation so it's in your book as well. So this is a metaphor here. And it creates a vivid image of Macbeth's, sorry, this is really bad placement, of Macbeth's mental torment. Torment is Torment. Scorpions are kind of symbolic of danger and pain. Symbolic. I've just realised how poor that is. I think I need to work on my handwriting. Don't know that much better. There you go. Okay, pause here if you need a moment to catch up because we're about to move on. Okay, and then Macbeth continues. There's comfort yet. They are assailable. So that's comforting. They can be killed. That it's true. Then be thou Gisund, ere the bat hath flown his cloistered flight, ere to black summoned that the shard-born beetle with his drowsy hums hath rung night's yawning peal. There shall be done a deed of dreadful note. So he's saying here, before the bat flies through the castle, and before the dung beetle makes its little humming noise to tell it's night time, a dreadful deed will be done. Okay. This is very ominous because it's linking to darkness again. So the bat hath flown his cloistered flight, ear to black Hecate's summon. Okay, it's darkness. And it's very ominous. And this illusion we looked at earlier, and again he uses the witches and the supernatural as an excuse for his crimes against Banquo. Lady Macbeth says, "What's to be done? What are you going to do?" Macbeth says, "Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck, till thou applaud the deed." He says, "It's better you don't know about it until after it is done." Here he denies Lady Macbeth any information. Whoops. Again, which is a power shift. Denies Lady Macbeth info. He takes control. Come, sealing night, scarf up the tender eye of pitiful day, and with thy bloody and invisible hand cancel and tear to pieces that great bond which keeps me pale. Come, night, and blindfold the day. Use your bloody and invisible hand to tear up Banquo's life, which keeps me in fear. Okay, we're just going to rub these out. As always, remember to pause if you need to, or rewind. Just going to rub all this out because we're going to do quite a few annotations down here. Okay, come, sealing night. Again, he calls on darkness to conceal him. Darkness as concealment. Light thickens and the crow makes wing to the rooky wood. Okay, and this is significant because the crow is a symbol of death and links to the murder. Good things of day begin to droop and drowse, while night's black agents to their praise do rouse. Says the gentle creatures of the day are falling asleep, while night's predators are waking up. And crows are the predators. Okay, and the crows are more active in the night. Okay, and that links about all the evil deeds taking place at night time. So evil is more powerful and active at night, and that's why he constantly called for dark to conceal his actions. Thou marvellest at my words, but hold thee still. Things bad begun make strong themselves by ill, so prithee go with me. He says, "You seem surprised at my words to Lady Macbeth, but don't question me. Bad deeds force you to commit more bad deeds, so please come with me." Now this is really important. This is one of Shakespeare's messages. Things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. Once you commit one deed, it's a downhill spiral from there. He's saying, so this is a lesson regarding impact of ambition and how no sin goes unpunished. They thought they were clear after the King of Duncan, but the killing of Duncan, sorry, but it is clear that there are still some issues. Okay, so pause here if you need to take a moment, but if you're done, you go back to the worksheet and complete the questions. This is the longest task, these questions on the worksheet, but please work through them carefully. Follow the instructions there.